Hi, it's Piro here. Yeah, I'm in a public place, so if I seem distracted, that's probably why. And I'm also eating soup for lunch, and I'm just getting this in here because this is not a video I really wanted to make. It's not that I'm above drama or any of that, but not entirely. I mean, often I keep myself above it, but not like in general or as a principle. I'll talk about whatever I want, including some drama. But anyway, so Inmendham has blocked me again. This time it doesn't bother me near as much. Just because, I wasn't in the middle of a conversation. And it wasn't because I corrected him about an error. But he's made this video making fun of thou art that, as though he's like Ian Crossland, I'm just saying nothing. I mean, basically he's saying that Matt is scatterbrained. That's the basic joke. And so anyway, I like these videos that he made. The one that had a version of my name in the title, and the one he did before, I thought it was funny. As a matter of fact, as soon as I saw this video, I clicked on it. Looking forward to it. I thought he did a pretty good job last time. On the other hand, I figure if you are mocking somebody for something, like in this case, for not really making any sense and just saying a lot of nothing, I mean, you're opening yourself up to obviously people that think he does make sense are going to defend him somehow. And I thought I could have been pretty cutting. I thought I could have come down at least as hard as you did on him, if done, laughingly. Maybe my comments were too serious. I said 2 comments. The first one was, what's funny is when I talk computers, people sometimes do this and joke that I'm speaking another language, especially if I'm talking to somebody that does understand computers and they're just listening. Matt makes shitloads of sense. There are frontiers in his philosophy where he explores, but he does so with pretty good tools, which he can share with you in language. Well, not you, but me. That was slightly mocking in return. And then I also said, I'm watching his video after this one. Should be interesting to see what you were mocking. I'm guessing thou art that made a point you couldn't get. So Inmendham replies, quotes me, made a point you couldn't get. Says, I unblocked you for this shit, fuck off. And then he blocked me again. I mean, what do you think? I mean, I took these videos lighthearted. I even enjoyed them. I was looking forward to this series. But I was looking forward to it. So I had nothing against it, and I thought, we'd be ridiculed. But, when you play that game, how can you don't expect people to answer back? I mean, isn't it obvious when you say, somebody used all these weird words and I didn't understand them? It's like that is our joke, He used a word I didn't understand and wanted Scrabble with it. And that's why we're beating him to death. And, I mean, you actually expect me not to defend Matt, or you're surprised that people are going to come back and say, well, you're just too stupid to understand what Matt's saying. The reason Matt makes up these words is the reason lots of philosophers do this. So that you won't mistakenly think you understand. You'll see a term, and if you don't already know what is meant by that technical term, what the specific meaning is, you won't make the mistake of figuring that you understand, I mean, look, we were all using words like objective and subjective and disagreeing on what they mean and not even understanding each other. I mean, like Wukdar and I, thought we disagreed a lot more because of the way we're using objective and subjective. Matt uses terms that have some technical definitions, including sometimes the terms he's just made up that have technical definitions that he's offering. And that's a good thing, because then when you hear them, yeah, you don't understand, and you don't understand. It's a bigger problem when you don't understand, but you think you do. You have that problem a lot. So, I mean, I don't really know. I really think you ought to just figure out objectively if I need to be blocked or not. Basically, I don't. I'm harmless to you. things I'm going to say are not going to convince anybody that otherwise might believe the bullshit version of things that you push. You know, they're not going to abandon that and want my version of the bullshit just because of what I say. You know, you talk about your friend stabbing you in the back, you know, or your virtual friends, and I'm not saying I'm a virtual friend, but I'm saying I don't stab you in the back. I mean, if I ever stabbed you, it was right in the front. So, yeah, I don't really get this, how you could mock somebody. That's a lighthearted thing. And then get so sensitive that people defend the person you're goofing on. I mean, that doesn't make any sense, Inmendham. But that's the way you are. Well, I think it's pretty weak. It's too bad, too, because I think this is a really good series, but you really foul it. I mean, would you block me if I just made a mocking video of you? Because I was thinking of doing that. And I wasn't thinking, oh, I'll do this to piss Inmendham off. I was doing it thinking, look, Inmendham has a sense of humor. Let's all play this game. So, yeah. Inmendham the blocker. Do whatever you want. At least it wasn't really in the middle of a conversation. It wasn't after you had an error pointed out. But it was after you got what should have been to you the most obvious comeback that anybody's going to give on this, is that you're just not bright enough to understand Matt.